So you started the show in New Zealand last night. How was that?
It was stunning. So we started our New Zealand league. We've been doing about 4 months on the road so far over in Australia, but last night was a special night coming home and getting to perform for New Zealand. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And tell me a bit about the show and what your role is.
Sure. So Celtic Illusion is a illusion Irish dancing show with musicians, and I'm singing in it as well. So throughout the show, we have a lot of magic, a lot of drama, some absolutely sensational dancers from all over the world. And my part in it is I get to sing 4 songs throughout the show. Some of them accompanied with our phenomenal musicians as well. So it's a really special one.
Yeah, I can imagine. And how did you get to be a part of this?
Yeah, so our amazing musical director and fiddle player in the show, Shimna, she I worked with her about 4 years ago on another project, and then early this year she got in touch and said, "Is this something you'd be interested in?" And straight away I was like, "Absolutely!" I think so many people have always had such passion for Irish dancing, like it moves you in a really amazing way. And so she said, do you have availability? And then I sent in a tape and it all kind of went from there. Yeah.
Amazing. And as you say, you're working with an incredible group of performers, some sort of from yeah, iconic productions like Lord of the Dance and Riverdance. What has it
Yeah.
been like collaborating with such a diverse cast?
Honestly, sensational. I mean, my background has been in singing and in musical theatre. And so getting to do a show with these absolutely sensational dancers who have so much experience. Um, and I think it's always wonderful in this industry when you meet these people that are the top of the game. Like we've got 2 cast members who've just come over from Lord of the Dance, have been touring with them for I think it's close to 10 years or something like that. And they're so humble and so kind and yeah, just beautiful people who clearly love what they do. And I mean, I always love working with people who are so passionate about what they do. Like I feel um it makes the show so sensational. And even like behind the scenes when everyone is motivated by the work that they're doing, like that's the dream. And we've had 4 months of it so far, and really sad to be coming into the last month, but excited for it to be in New Zealand and get to sort of have those like the last, I think you've got 19 or something shows around New Zealand. So that would be amazing.
Oh, and have there been any standout moments from the 4 months?
Oh, so many. There's been some really phenomenal theatres that we've been able to perform in. There's been a lot of really amazing moments off the stage as well, and some of the places that we've gone through, like Ely Beach. But I'd say we got to perform at the ICC in Sydney and Darling Harbour, which was a pretty sensational show. Some of those really big theatres. But I also love the intimate ones as well when you've got a smaller audience and you can connect a little bit more. Um, so yeah, it's hard to. I wish I could pinpoint, but the whole thing has pretty much been a highlight.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you've had quite a fascinating career, like from training at the Stella Adler Studio of Acting to performing roles. Yeah, so how has your training sort of influenced your approach to such varied roles?
Yeah, well, I mean, I studied at Stella Adler back in 2019, just before kind of a lot of things happened in the world. Um, that was kind of predominantly acting training. I'd done a lot of singing training in other places, but I think coming into the show, like a lot of the songs that I'm singing have a story to them, and they sort of shape out different sections of the show. So I think approaching the music and approaching the songs from a sort of storyteller point of view, which obviously is quite a tradition like within like Celtic music that's very traditional. It's storytelling, it's sharing. So I think sort of looking at the songs and thinking about why they were written. Like we've got some traditional songs that are in the show. So really connecting that and trying to be as authentic as I can when I'm singing that, and not being like overly performative. But there are moments for that, but there are also moments for that like gentler connection and really thinking about what you're saying and speaking to the audience every night and being able to have that connection.
And you're from New Zealand, right?
Yes, I am. I'm from Christchurch.
Oh, cool. And have you performed in Hawke's Bay before?
I haven't. I'm really excited to. I had a friend who lived in Hawke's Bay. I came up a few years ago to watch them perform. And so I'm really excited to come back and get to share our show with Hawke's Bay.
And what can people who attend that show expect?
They can expect drama, sensational dancing, beautifully fun and exciting music. They can expect sensational illusions. They're going to be, every time another illusion happens, they're going to be sitting there going, how did they do that? Which is what I'm doing every night. But they can expect fun. I feel like it's inspiring as well. Like when you're watching so many people that love what they do and are at the top of their game, like that's a really inspiring thing to see. So I hope that there will be audience members who maybe have danced in the past or have sung in the past or maybe do now that are inspired, or maybe there's some kids in the audience who think, I want to start Irish dancing, or I want to be an illusionist, or I that is what I think the audiences can expect. That's what I hope.
That's very exciting. And how did you kind of start in this industry?
When I was really young, I loved singing and acting and kind of always doing shows at school and singing lessons like when I was a bit older, like outside of school. And then, yeah, at university, I was kind of going in a different direction, but I was doing productions and musicals and things. And then, yeah, and then in 2019, heading over, I decided to kind of really focus on performing. So I went over and studied acting in New York, and then came back to New Zealand, and that's when sort of things started getting a bit more traction in New Zealand. But I've always just been sensationally passionate about singing and acting, and then I've been lucky enough to have some pretty amazing opportunities.
And what kind of stands out among those opportunities?
Oh, what stands out? I think my first professional production in Christchurch was a really big one for me, which was Jesus Christ Superstar at the Court Theatre. Um, just a rock musical, absolute, very intense, but like amazing music. And then We Will Rock You the following year, which was a Queen musical, which was really fun and ridiculous. If you've seen the musical, it's wild. And then I would have to say that this show is an absolute highlight. It's going to have a very, very special place in my heart.
Oh, great. And do you have any other plans coming up for the future?
Yeah, I've got a few things in the pipeline for next year that I can't quite talk about yet, but some exciting things that I think will be bringing me back up to the North Island. So that will be really exciting.
That's good. Well, we can't wait to hear about those.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you for your time and all the best for the show next week and the other shows that you've got as well.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to be in Hawke's Bay and get to enjoy the area and get to meet all of your wonderful locals.